Hi, this is Mr. Thompson, and since I was asked to share a little bit about how I do my anchor charts, I just wanted to make a quick video for everybody to see it if they wanted to, so you don't have to try to make your way down to my classroom during our crazy days. When I think about anchor charts, there's really two different types of charts that I think about. Charts that you do in class and charts that you do for class. And not everybody does them the same, but for me, that's kind of the two big categories that they break down into. So charts that I do with class, my goal is really to model how to do something. These are charts that I'm going to keep up for maybe a day or two to reference back to, but they're more of a model of how to do an assignment, to how to do a certain thing that are just temporary. They're not going to be staying up for very long. They're very doubtful they're going to ever go up on my wall. They're mostly just going to get taped to something or stay on the chartboard for a couple days until we're done with that skill. And this is an example of one of those. So this is in a lesson on text features. This is a chart that I modeled with the class because they were going to be doing this on their own. So first we did it together, and I want to keep this up for a day or two as they do that so they can kind of refer back to it. But this isn't going to be a permanent chart. Now the other type is for class. These are the kind that I may generally make if I know from my lessons for the week that I'm going to need a certain anchor chart because of my awesome teammates tell me that. These are the ones I try to make ahead of time. And the goal, these are your big charts that are reminders for things. And my goal always is for these that I want students to be able to look up, see the chart, and get reminded of the important skill or the important thing that we're learning about so that it'll help them. And these are the ones that are made specifically to display. So here's my text features chart. Then this is the permanent one that I'm going to keep up on my wall, because I want students to always be able to refer back to that. When they're thinking of text features, this is always going to be a great reminder of what all these text features are, and then down below there's a little description of each one. And when you're going to display your charts, the thing that I love to do is just clear a giant space on my wall. I know it's hard to do sometimes, but I sacrificed a lot of other things I had, pictures and posters and whatever, because I was really thinking about it, and honestly, these charts are what are really going to help my kids. So I got rid of everything else and just cleared off two big walls just specifically for the anchor charts. And I only want to keep up the important things. If I'm not continually referring to it and pointing it out and having kids use it, then it shouldn't be wasting space on my wall. So if I'm not using it, I try to get rid of it. And sometimes if a chart's been up for a really long time, it'll get retired. And what I do then is I take a picture of it and I print out a bunch of copies and I hole punch those copies, and then I give them to my students to clip into their binders so that they always have it to refer to if they need it. And so what it looks like in my room, if you don't get a chance to come by, is I've just got these big walls with these nice big charts up. Now when you actually go to make the charts, which I'm going to have in another video, one thing I always want to make sure of is the titles of the charts I want to really make clear. Because I don't want one of my students looking up here and thinking, oh man, where was that cause and effect chart? I've got to look through all this stuff to find it. I want to make those titles nice and clear so they can find it really quickly and then get to that information. And there's another picture of my classroom. Now, when I talk about how to actually make these charts and where I get my ideas to make them, I'm running out of time on this screencast, so that will be the subject of my next screencast. Enjoy!